systems that take you from being a regular kind of a guy to an elite, world class dynamo. And when you learn these things, that's what we're going to talk about today. From last week, we got into the eccentric powerhouse training, which is the control eccentric training, which is time under tension. They call it TUT training at this level. But what we're going to do today is teach you what you need to do or talk directly about how do you use this training to optimize your body. First thing you got to learn how to do is actually warm the body up. So dynamic warm up is where we're going to go with it. Now, I talked to you earlier today and yesterday about the food that you'll take in to get better at your output. Because if you don't have the right fuel going in, I don't care what you do, you're not going to be able to perform at the level that you need to. So, understanding the dynamic warm ups, and I'm going to read a little something that I typed up for you, and I'm going to put it in a comment box after the post if you want to copy it. So, this is the key point in creating. There are layers to your body, right? There's the slow twitch, there's the fast twitch, and then there's the flexion. We're just talking about in the muscles, right? What we're elaborating in this area is understanding where does the replenish body come into play with how we perform. And the slowing down, the eccentric lowering phase increases neuromuscular control, improves coordination, and builds strength while enhancing fluid movement. That's what Michael Jordan went up under. Now, his trainer wasn't just a physical trainer, he was a head trainer, meaning the trainer that worked inside of his head. When you're doing your training, and if you want that little small benefit segment, I'm putting it in the comment boxes, but I'm going to tell you in more layman's terms because this is all science crap talk. This is to throw you off so you're not clear about what it is, but I'm the one who creates translation for my peers who didn't get a PhD. All right. So, number one, when you're creating range of motion, I call it having the proper tactics. So, leg kicks, you'll see what we call PT warm ups. This is breaking it down into layman's term. PT warm ups is the act of taking every pivot point, your axis point, that's where any digit can pivot. All right. Not pivot as in boxing, but pivot as in bend. And taking that and giving its full range of motion, making sure that once you got that full range of motion, it's giving you optimal movement. So you can now be explosive. You can now move methodical, meaning take your time. You can sit down on some stuff. And when you're doing that eccentric training, it's controlled. It's time under tension. It's oxygenated muscle, which is what we've been going through, talking and sharing with you what oxygenated muscle looks like. I showed you a picture of a before and after from yesterday. Let me pull it back up and show you why it's important to understand these phases and why does the trainer you have need to understand. This is me at my most flaccid state. Okay. Now, when you see me at number two, this is kind of where I kind of live, right? I kind of move in a certain particular way. Number three is physically me in beast mode. Everything expanded just a little bit further. It takes another couple of days for my body to crazily transition into something freakish. I used to scare my mom literally. She would think someone's coming in the house because my body transforms like so fast. I don't know if it's because I'm an ectomorph and So when you have a totally skinny frame and you have muscle too, and you put pump in it, it just immediately just responds. So according to the body that you have, I want people to understand the thing that comes with that. Lots of fiber tears in the on a cellular level. You get them very, very small, minute tears. Oh, I wish I was so lean. Really, do you? Because anytime you do anything, there's some kind of tear. Your neck is always in a crick. You're always feeling some kind of pull down in your groin area because your muscles are so tight in between your hips and your legs that it literally, you need a warm pack to sit down there just to stand up straight because the muscles are so tight. Like I literally can sit a cup above my pubic area because it's so like flat. And so just imagine the amount of adductor mangus tears that I have just moving a little bit. So you really want that smoke? Let me give you another thing that comes when you have extremely quick twitch muscle. You can eat a couch and can't gain a pound. You have to eat a couch or you're going to want to literally burn down the entire freaking structure of your whole program because nothing can fill you up. And when you do get filled up, you can't stay full for over an hour. Literally. That means when you get hungry, if there's not something for you to eat, your body's eating on itself and you don't even have fat. So rethink that when you see someone that's really lean, not guys who, you know, pump and they're big and they're super wide and thick and heavy with muscle. Those guys have trimmed down from being fat. I'm talking about a lean, shredded cat. You know, when you, a guy who's lean, like for real, he's born lean, he's been lean. So you got to understand how to implement the right kinds of muscle to your body and the right meals. Because if not, what will happen is you'll go through this phase. And I know that there are periods of time that my body suffered because muscular protein synthesis is a process that will impact you in a negative way if you have not been actually taking in and consuming the necessary protein. When I work out with you, I'm working out, leading and inspiring all of the coaches and gym guys who are in this game, working with other people or aspiring just to be great. When you start doing it, understand what your actual nutrient necessary or requirements are. I'm eating breakfast, well, brunch, because I intermittent fast, so I don't eat in the morning. Brunch, well, yesterday till today, I was able to finish eating at 4 yesterday. So I was able to eat at 8:45 today, this morning. So I can eat in the morning as long as I've gotten 18 hours. And for those of you who don't understand the importance of fueling, when I was coming up, I'm going to give you a story because it's not what most people perceive. Like, you know your body already. If you're going to work with someone physically and understand these terms, dynamic stretch therapy, dynamic stretch, and understanding how to get the neuromuscular layers actually cooperating, you have to get in shape yourself. Do not allow yourself, this is, you are the most valuable asset that you could ever purchase. You can buy a yacht, you can buy a mansion, you can buy a family. Nothing comes before you. You are your most valuable asset. So why would you not be in optimal shape? If you're operating a company, and here's one of the owners, that former competitive athlete, former champion, who's operating a business, a gym, And what I'm encouraging you to do is to understand why I had the success that I had. Why did I have classes that was making hundreds of thousands of dollars? Why did I run a gym program outside of a gym and did a 7-figure salary? Not salary, but 7 figures outside of it. It's not because what I do, it's how I go about doing it. I bring people into the experience of training with me. I actually had a compound word. It was, have you trained with Eric? That was a question that we would put at the end of all of our YouTube videos. Have you trained with Eric? Because it's not just working out and training, it's an experience. And this is where a lot of our trainers, especially those who teach boxing, because competitive boxing versus fitness in boxing is not the same thing. So here's a 30-second conversation, then I'm gonna give it back to you. And you guys let me know what you think. And are you in a place that you are focusing on elevating yourself, but you haven't gotten to that place? Because I'm gonna challenge you. Okay. You can't be in a circle with me. Get off my page if you're not about that life. You got to have the mindset, you got to have the mentality, and you got to have the wherewithal. We giving you the blueprint constant. So there is no excuse. Everybody that's in Top Trainer Academy, you got the blueprint. Are you in total shape? Are you an example? Are your clients motivated when they see you? Physically, just see your body, see you walk into the place. If you don't have that impact, you're not impacting them. Engineer that's around you to help keep you pointing to the North Star and stuff. Because that transition of becoming from a fighter to a teacher is the difference between them being a mechanic and a pilot. Like it's totally, totally.
Man.
Yeah.
And
Receiving.
like I said, like I said, there's a lot of things I'm new to, like those drills,
Yeah.
that's really enhancing your skills.
And that's what we're doing. We're helping people understand that transitioning right now, you have what I'm a pilot, and I'm going to literally navigate your plane just on site. Like when you see the content, when you see the messaging, when you come onto our live stream, when you subscribe into our portal, the winner circle, it's for winners. It's for people who have the mindset to win. They've completed filling their life with abundance, but they sacrifice their health and mindset to do it. Now, when you've done that, you got to recapture that because your physical health is your asset. It's your only asset. It's the only one that's priceless. I see people lose things every day, but if you keep your composure and your physical, that's your temple. That's the thing that God gave you. You have a soul and you have a temple. These are the things that you must nurture all the time. And when you learn how to do it yourself, then you know how to teach other people to do it. The only reason you watch my page, because I teach boxing, I educate you on the business, and I teach you how to stay locked in on your higher purpose here. Period, point blank, whatever shape that may come in. I don't really care what tool I use that day. Maybe I will seduce you with the boxing. Maybe I will show you the body. Maybe I will read you a Bible verse or give you some inspiration. The only thing that my focus is here on this page is to do is to take you further than you woke up this morning. That's my job. I'm here on earth to serve that purpose. Period, point blank. There is no confusion. So when I'm talking about the human body, I know most people train 12 to 15, maybe 20 muscles of the body. When I got educated on all 641 muscles of the body. And that's what my training system was designed around. Therefore, there is no time to be laying off if you don't understand what those muscles are. That's why you hear terms coming from me that speak directly to what I'm focusing on that week, because we break the muscles down to their very last compound. These exercise training systems aren't just to do, they're to help you embody your next level. And there are nothing but levels right here. Therefore, understanding dynamic warm ups, It's kind of like a blessing in disguise for you, because now you understand that there's many more dynamics going on than just doing toe touches. Like I said, we wrap it around and make it clear to you. Okay. PT warm ups is what we call this. All right. In a science terms, this is basically what's going to help you become that elite level of what you are. And I had to, because if I didn't do dynamic warm ups, I would have all kinds of muscle tears because I'm loaded with this quick twitch muscle. And like I said, there are pros and cons to everything that you see, period, point blank. Understand it. When it comes down to you, are you really locked into what you are capable of doing? Are you pushing yourself the way you should be doing? Do you feel tired? Are you annoyed and aggravated? Are you not getting enough sleep? All of these things point to your cortisol levels being thrown off. And when you got yourself into that boat, it's time to get yourself out, because the only way to deliver people from a situation is to actually look like you know what you're talking about, because you live that life. Most of us are talking about it, but we haven't done it. This is where you can learn how to actually recapture your entirety back. This is how you can champion this phase of your life, making sure that you don't leave any stone unturned. This is 12 peaks training. This is a 12 peaks way of life. The difference between what we do and 100% of everybody else is everybody else takes you to your peak. But we know, and it's a scientific fact, that the body has 12 peaks. So that one peak that you reach is super temporary. You have to hit all 12. And that's what our programs are all based on. When you buy into any boxing program, it's designed in a system. It's not designed to give you 12 skills and then that's it. You're learning the system of developing yourself wholeheartedly into a boxing system, a boxing science, the sweetest science. So I hope this is much more clear, that when you're on Master Boxing's page, you're in the EB method. That's the Eric Bradley method of training systems. All right. I've acquired over 100,000 hours in this field: physiology, anatomy, kinesiology, everything that was required, nutrition, just so I could give something to you that you could use to elevate yourself to that next level. Now, we have a couple of coaches that have taken a physical challenge in our Top Trainer Academy, and one has reached an all-time high in his weight and wants to transform that. And if you're in a place where you feel your belly and it's really not where it's supposed to be, you don't want to be a grown man dealing with type 2 diabetes. You don't want to be screwing around with any of that cortisol crap, because that is just a hormonal nightmare to deal with. And you just don't want to get into a place where you're starting to encompass diseases. You don't want to do that. So get your body to a place where it is optimized, it's focused, and then whatever you touch, your business operation, it's going to really be encouraged, because that's the frequency you're placing on it. And hopefully that you guys are getting something from this series. Tomorrow we are supposed to do a challenge, but what we're going to do instead of, I'm going to do something physically. I'm going to stream a basic physical training. It's going to encompass boxing, and it's going to have exercises all merged together. So this thing will last 5. I might run 2. It might be 10 minutes. So if you want to take part, tune in tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to stream this live right here on the page. What I'm going to ask you to do is tag somebody that might be in your circle, one of your training partners or your buddies, and let them know that this is about to go down. It's just basic, fundamental boxing techniques, and it literally is going to have exercises fused in. It's a merger of two things that you really need but really want. And if you are like me, you like to make things or use things that help make you better. So that right there breaks everything down. Today is about dynamic warm-ups. What you need to actually lubricate and expand your access point. We call it flexion prior to your warm-ups and prior to your workout, so that no matter what you do in your workout, you won't feel a residual effect of ligament tears, muscle strains, or any of the above. Make sure no matter what you do, before you do your warm-ups, before you do your workouts, go through your dynamic warm-ups. A lot of you are CrossFitters, a lot of you box, a lot of you lift weights, but no matter what you do, understand the price tag that comes with not being prepared. It all accumulates over time. Scar tissue accumulates over time. And if you are not on your game, you'll start to get the receipt. So, dynamic warm up. If you don't know what it is, continue to follow for more or get into the 12 Peaks training system. That's all I got for right now. Tomorrow, like I said, you can take part in this exercise program. It's going to be 10 minutes. It's going to mix boxing and calisthenic training. It's pretty cool. So if you're about it, make sure you hit like so I know that you're about it. Because if I don't get at least 100 likes on this post, I won't do it. So there's that. But the key is to let us know that you are getting something from this knowledge that we're putting out. And if you are, then hit us up, continue to follow for more. And if you're not subscribed to the page, understand that's how you get to your next level. Subscribe to the page or in our trainer or our winner circle broadcast. That is absolutely nothing but game on a daily basis. And our subscription gives you access to these kind of conversations and content that'll help take you to the next level. Coach Bradley signing out. Be blessed at Godspeed from South Florida. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.